What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Drew here, and welcome to a brand new video. This video is going to be a little bit different than before or any of my previous videos, because this one I'm just going to kind of talk to you guys. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, I've just rejoined AbleEsports. If you guys didn't know, about halfway through Black Ops 3, I ended up joining AbleEsports when they weren't really big. They were still trying to figure out the mechanics of the clan and where they were going to make the clan go. If they wanted to go big, or if they're just doing like a little simple community clan. But they ended up getting big. I ended up can't necessarily say I got dropped, and I can't necessarily say that I left, because we just kind of fell off. With there being two different time zones, we just kind of stopped playing with each other because the playing times were a little bit different. But that's besides the point. Well, in the beginning, I ended up finding this team when they only had about 250 to 300 followers on Twitter. I DM'd them and talked to the leader. I believe at the time was Cali Magic, or still is the CEO of AbleEsports, and he was the one running the Twitter at the time. I'm pretty sure he's still running the Twitter, but I was talking to him, and then he ended up saying, add this PSN, we'll give you a tryout, whatever. I ended up making the team, and to be honest, I've been in multiple teams before this one, and this team has stood out the most, mainly because, well, I'm going to get into the points here in a little bit, like the main points of why, but just to break it down is that, they're always loyal people. Obviously, we have different time zones, so it's hard to play with each other, but besides that, they've always been, they're actually really good players. They know how to run a clan, they know how to run a business, they know how to manage everybody. So that's something I like to see, is like professionalism. They're real idealistic, and they keep a honest and positive mentality. So let's get into these points real quick. Let's talk a little bit about the loyalty portion of this clan. So, as you guys understand, as I said earlier, I have joined this clan, or I first joined this clan when they weren't very big. They pretty much had about 200, 300 followers on Twitter. Still starting out, still trying to see where they were going to go with this clan. And the loyalty factor comes into play, where if you guys have looked at their Twitter recently, they have absolutely blown the fuck up. Absolutely gotten really big. They still have a lot to go, but for just a few months, they have gotten really, really, really big. And to me, the loyalty factor is going to come into play right there, where when I first joined, we only had the two leaders, I think probably about 4 of their friends, and me. So at first you were gonna think, okay, they're getting bigger, they're gonna start kicking some of these low grade members. Obviously, I'm not talking about their best friends or nothing, but some of us, like, members were on the East Coast, they're on the West Coast, they can't really play with us that much. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, they're getting a little bit big, they're definitely going to start kicking people, and which they did, but at the same time, it wasn't because they were getting big. It's just because, as it was stated on Twitter, that these people did cause some hectic or hell into the clan, and I do agree with kicking people that are going to bring toxic energy into the clan, but at the same time, I really do enjoy the fact that they gave me a second chance. And that's another reason why I say that they're loyal, is after pretty much everything that happened, there was no like toxic blood between us, obviously, when I guess you could say I left, or that they, whatever you guys really want to call it, but none of it really happened. The fact that I want to say that they were loyal is because any other team, for me, like, quote unquote leaving like that, wouldn't have fucking had me, in the group. They would have just basically said, after I would have asked to rejoin, they would have just pushed me away and just said, whatever, you weren't coming back, etc., etc. But they did give me a second chance, and that's something I do like. That's what I consider loyalty, and loyalty to your members, whatever you guys want to call it. So let's get into the second point. Alright, so for this number 2 portion, we're going to talk about the honesty within the group, within the team, when that's actually very strong. I really do enjoy how honest everybody is with each other. Like, I can go to any of the leaders, ask them any of the questions that's been going on, or any of the bullshit rumors that's been going on with AbleEsports, and they will set me straight with like a 6-paragraph answer. Or they'll talk to me in like voice-to-voice interaction through party chat, and they will give me about an in-depth 45-minute talk about what actually happened and what's the real scenario. And that's what I really do enjoy about Able Esports, is that the leaders are very mature. They own up to any mistakes that they do, and they're very responsible with any mistakes that they do, so, or anything that they handle in life. And that's something we really need as leaders, because, you know, nowadays you got leaders that are like 17, 16 years old in clans that really don't understand the actual point of a leader. Even 18, 19-year-olds, just because, you know, they run a clan doesn't actually mean they understand how to run a clan. Nowadays, you know, especially in esports group, it's a lot more complicated, because it's a lot more money to start an esports team as it is to manage an esports team, due to like salaries, jerseys, etc. So that is just something that I enjoy with them. Is like they can be completely honest with you about anything. I honestly, when I rejoined, I didn't know what to expect, because when I did rejoin, which was yesterday or 2 days ago, I believe, I got told by like one of the members in there, they sent me this 20-minute video of some dude trying to expose Able Esports for follow botting. And when I watched that entire video, it was easily, you could tell that he was jealous, or he was making that out of like pure anger, because they did tell me when I asked them about it, they just simply gave me about a 4-paragraph answer as to what happened, what's the real story. Even led to some DM pictures of the dude who was pretty much admitting to him doing it out of jealousy. So that's that. And that's pretty much why I trust them in the honesty portion, because they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to show us DMs to completely make us believe their point, but they did, because there's a reason. They don't want to be they don't want to be shown as some type of irresponsible bullshit group when they're not. You know, they may be a little younger, but they understand what they're doing. You know, the one leader, he runs his own shop, and he's very good at it. So that's why I trust him to be able to run and manage a group. If he can manage that, I'm sure he can manage a few people, along with like 4 or 5 other people. Well, let's get on to the next point. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the positive energy that goes on inside of this team. And I know I've talked about simple things like honesty, loyalty, but a big thing with the team is positive energy. Because if you guys know about Call of Duty, the more negative you are, the more pissed off you are, the worse you're going to do. And with this being a Call of Duty team, in order for us to do really well, in order for us to strive the best we can, you're going to want to stay positive. You're going to want leaders that can make sure that you stay positive. You're going to want team members that will make sure that you always have a positive energy. And you want to be the one that always makes sure that your team members and your leaders always have a positive energy. It works a 360 degree all the way around. If you guys want to be a solid team, you guys got to have good chemistry, at the same time, really positive energy. Like, it's so hard to explain how the positive energy works here. But when I first rejoined, I wasn't really the most satisfied. I even I even talked in the group chat, and I was talking about how, you know, some of these members are, you know, pretty, you know, not well-known YouTubers. We're all pretty small YouTubers, but they're a lot better than me. I was even talking about how I was like the only one that didn't use face cam. But a lot of them were telling me like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just do you, man. Just make sure that you produce some really great content, and just make sure that you stay true to Able Esports. Like, don't backstab us, etc., etc. And I understand. Like, it popped off on me. Like, every single time before I even rejoined, me and the leaders always played together. Like, that was my main group, was the 2 leaders and then their one buddy. Honestly, I think that one buddy might be the other leader. It might be all 3 leaders now. But probably not. Even when we just played and we were playing like UMGs and stuff like that, they would honestly talk me up. Like, whenever I had my really bad moments, because with UMGs it's really random depending on how the kids play, because obviously you're playing against either some straight tryhards that just push everything out and just don't have a care in the world, or you're playing against people that sit back and camp, or you're playing against a mixture, so you're going to have like 2 people completely pushing the fuck out of you, and you're going to have 2 people that are just sitting back. So when I would have my bad moments, I would always have one of the leaders, if not both, or if not all three, just telling me, yo, just keep a positive energy, stay motivated, and stay focused, and we got this. We will win these games, I promise. And with that I can honestly say I played a lot better, and that's the reason. Another reason why I wanted to come back to AbleEsports without having, that big support system, which I do with the team that I have now. I'm talking about like before, when I was only playing dubs with my team before I found this team. So pretty much after I found Able Esports, and like we left, I found this other person who I was doing dubs with, and he was just the worst energy, such a bad vibe, and always talked down on me when I did bad. And then I found this new team I play fours with, and it's a lot of people I know in real life, so it's really actually fun to play with them, because I do see one of them in real life all the time. And it's not like, just because I'm joining Able Esports as a content creator does not mean I'm not going to play with them. I'm still going to play with them, but I also told Able Esports if they ever needed me for a UMG, like as a sub, I am here. You tell me, because it's something I really do enjoy, and I really do see myself on the main stage hopefully one day, if not as a podcaster, because I really do love Call of Duty. It's always been my passion since I've been a kid, so I've always wanted to play competitive Call of Duty too. So we'll see where life takes me, Let's get on to the next point, though. You in the danger room. Come on now. The last thing on this list that I really want to talk about is the maturity level in this clan. So with me being 20 years old, or going on 20 years old in the next couple days, I'm looking for a team that's... it's going to sound really mean, but I'm looking for a team that's not recruiting very, very, very young kids right now. So what I mean by that is I'm looking for a team that's mainly 17 and above, people that know what they're doing, people that know what they're talking about, and pretty intelligent people, people I can have intelligent conversations with. At the same time, I can talk to without them saying some stupid remarks. That's what that's really what I'm getting at, because there are people out there that, regardless of age, they do will treat you like a piece of shit if you don't talk, like the way that they believe you should be talking. So, with that being said, I do enjoy the maturity level, because I can talk about absolutely anything, even if it is like an immature joke. I have them to pretty much back me up and just have a good little laugh about it. Not like, and if I do get serious and like we're arguing, but it's like for a point that I like kind of teach people, like in UMGs, you get how people argue, it's over dumb shit, but it's for the better. It kind of gives you like an idea of what they need you to do and what you expect out of them, so you guys pretty much come to an understanding. So when shit like that happens, there's nobody on this team, but it has happened, that has ever like gotten angry or acted like a little prissy 12-year-old and started calling people names. We've always come to an understanding after. They're like, okay, we're doing this because I need to do better on this, or he needs to do better at that. It's just little shit that we work on that just proves that the maturity level in this team is up there. So that's something I really do enjoy. I just don't really know how else to explain it, because of the fact that I explained it throughout this entire video. The main parts that I look for in a team is just honesty, loyalty, positive energy, and maturity. Obviously, respect's a big one, but that comes with honesty and loyalty. So, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I know it wasn't probably the best video. I didn't really explain as much as I wanted to. Kind of had a lot more that I wanted to talk to you, but I don't want to make this video too long. It's as long as it is already. So, as always, guys, hope you guys do have a great day. Let's stay positive. Let's stay blessed. Make sure you check my sponsor, DeXteriTyGrips. Use code 2 for 5% for order. I'm out. Peace.